Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to walk you through the devices that I think are worth your time researching and also your money. I have purchased each and every one of these devices as I always do for my reviews, and I would do so again because I think they definitely solve and are solutions for some of you who may need something more smart or something more restrictive. It's up to you to decide which device fits your lifestyle and also which one is going to complement your life a little bit better and how much money you want to spend. So here is the list. We're going to start with least expensive and then more expensive. So the first one is to keep the device that you already have and add an NFC blocker like Bloom. This is a card, it's cross-compatible with both iOS and Android. And that's what I like about it because sometimes there are free apps on the iOS store, sometimes there are free apps on the Google Play Store, but there's not one recommendation that I've been able to give to both that doesn't have a subscription. Now Bloom has that and is about $30. So how this works is you tap the card and all of the distractions go away. Everything is blocked, you tap it again, and then you have access. This can be helpful for you if you have a work phone or if you have a smartphone that is distracting you too much, but you still need access to email or social media or whatever it is for your job. Maybe it's a two-factor authentication app, or maybe it is something that is extremely needed. You cannot get rid of the smartphone for some reason, but you can tame it with a little bit of an NFC blocker. And this NFC blocker, you tap it, you get access to the apps, you tap it, and you block the apps depending on your time frame and on your needs. The next device is more of a lifestyle change device, although it does have a few niceties, which is a Nokia 2780. This is the Barbie version, which I do not recommend because it does not have Bluetooth for some reason. I don't know what Nokia was thinking or HMD when they developed this phone, the Barbie version, but the Nokia 2780, the regular version, does have Bluetooth. I have given away my old 2780, so one of you has it now. But essentially, I still kept one just for reference purposes for KaiOS. KaiOS is a platform that still has a few niceties like Google Maps for transit or a browser that is very terrible to use. But if you want to search something or, get some information real quick, you still have access to that. But because of the flip phone form factor, because it does have T9, it doesn't have voice to text, it's a little bit more cumbersome. And at $89, the basic version, not the Barbie version, I think it's quite worth it, and I think it's going to be extremely helpful. The next category is more of a lifestyle change. It's still some variety. It's the Sunbeam family of devices. These devices have been produced for a long time now, and the company continues to make updates and continues to make them better, more stable, and also more feature-rich. There is a version, the version that I have here, the Juniper, has email. So if you need that, you still are able to access it and not a lot of distractions. You still have Waze, voice to text, you have T9, you have a pretty robust fun in the Pro version. And you also have the more inexpensive, which is about $195 on the regular version, which is the Horizon version. So Sunbeam family of devices, I highly recommend them. They are very good, especially if something goes wrong. They are also very good at shipping it back to you and kind of like getting it back and forth. And you can also find them used on the different marketplaces out there. The next device is my personal work phone. So I have a personal phone and a work phone, which is honestly one of the best things that I have ever done. And I highly recommend that you think about that, having a phone for work, having a phone for personal, but the JellyStar. And what I like about this device is that the JellyStar is very tiny. It's very not distracting in my opinion. And even if it is, you can couple the JellyStar, which is already small, with a Bloom card because you tap it and you block the distractions. But I just don't sideload or don't put any apps that are distracting on this device because it's not worth it. But I'm still able to have all of my work apps here, and I'm still able to have a few extra things like Libby, which is for audiobooks, or I have Maps, which are more reliable or offline things that I personally need for work. So this allows me to check in my work, have everything that I need. And because of the small package, you are going to be less distracted as a result. I highly recommend that you go this route. In my personal opinion, there is another one, which is the Cat S22. You could go that way. It also has a tiny screen. It's a smart device, but it is a flip phone. But because of its, it's not in production anymore. The company is defunct. We'll see what it happens. I'm not leaning towards recommending it anymore. But it is an option and, you should keep it in mind, kind of like as a bonus right there. The next device is going to be on the international market. So if you're looking for international things, here is the Alt-Miv style folder. It is a little bit of a larger device. I am very disappointed that they went a little bit larger on the screen, but because it's a flip phone, then you have that always closed, so it's not going to be distracting you. You still have a screen that you can take a look into, here for whatever purposes that you need for notifications. And then when you open it, you can turn it on. You can sideload the applications that you need. You can, download them and put them there. You can do whatever you want because it is based on Android. And of course, this device can have distractions, but I don't think you're going to find me watching a video like this on this device. It's just not a very pleasant experience, but you can still have a lot of the necessities. And for a hybrid transition device that works internationally, this is my top recommendation. Then you have my next phone, which actually fell away, and I picked it up now. This is the minimal phone. Yes, there is a lot of history with the minimal phone, and a lot of people had concerns, they had worries, but they are delivering. So I am here to say they're delivering, they're updating the device, they're making it better. And now we're getting into the e-paper screen. I highly recommend that you take a look into e-paper devices, e-ink, e-paper. They're going to be extremely helpful because this device has a QWERTY keyboard, which helps with a little bit of that lag whenever you're typing on an e-paper screen. But essentially, what I like about this device is that, yes, you can have all the needs, all the things, and you could even load distractions, but they're just not going to look good because, it's e-paper. It is refreshing. It's having those flashes here and there, especially when it comes to live action things like videos or reels. It's just not a pleasant experience, and you're going to be finding yourself probably not using this device a lot. But there's a lot of things that it has. So it has a 3.5mm headphone jack. It has wireless charging. It does have, again, a team that is behind it and updating it slowly and making it better. When I first received it, it wasn't that great. I had a major issue that prevented me from using it, but now they have fixed it and they're shipping out even better things for this device. The next one is also one of my favorite and definitely a more calming device with the e-paper, e-ink screen. Here is the Mudita Kompakt, and the Mudita Kompakt is becoming a top favorite for a lot of people. Some people are switching full time to it because it is nice. It is e-paper. It has basic utilities. And if you want, you can sideload, you can be able to hack it, quote unquote, and use the device. Of course, Mudita does not, if you cause damage as a result of sideloading or tinkering with it, your warranty may have a little bit of an issue, but it is something that you need to decide for yourself. Is it worth it to sideload or not? I personally keep my device pretty clean. It only has the apps that it has. And because of the e-paper screen, SMS, calculator, e-reader, it just has the basic utilities. It's a little bit more of a basic device. You can overpower it or keep it as is and use it for that lifestyle transition. The final device, it's of course one of my favorite ones and my daily driver for personal reasons, is the iPhone 3. The iPhone 3 is an excellent device. It does have a matte screen, beautiful construction. It is definitely more on the expensive side of things. And of course, it's getting, it has the pre-order still because they had delays due to tariffs, but they're going to be shipping all devices, all of the pre-orders by August, which is very encouraging. It's, about 2-3 months, depending. If you order right now, you'll probably get it by August. And if you have already ordered, you probably will be getting it now in May or in June. If you want to go with a little bit more of an e-paper experience, you can get the iPhone 2, which is still one of my favorite devices because of its size, and they have similar functions. The only thing that the iPhone 2 doesn't have is the camera, but it is cheaper. It has e-paper and it has podcast music, all of the things that we love from the iPhone 3, the calendar, the music, the podcast, the notes, all of them are present on the iPhone 2. It's a little bit cheaper, so you can get it. A little bit of the downside is the micro USB, but I do definitely like the size because it is a little bit smaller. So there you go. Those are my recommendations for this half of 2025. If you're looking for a phone, there are a few phones that are coming out soon-ish in this year. Hopefully the Sight phone is coming out and is going to be quite interesting to see, intriguing to see if it's going to be, a top performer, if it's going to not have a lot of issues. I expect the team to, be developing. I know some of the guys behind the project. So yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting device to look at, but it's something that we're still waiting in the Dumbphone space. And as always, I want to remind you that this is a mindset thing first. You need to embrace a different mindset on how you approach life. You live without some conveniences, but that's okay because you want your life to be better, and you shouldn't feel peer pressure for having the latest apps or having the services or whatever. You lead the life that you want to lead, and then you find a device that complements that. And with these 8 devices, I hope that I have given you something to think about, some ideas to kind of evaluate and see which fits your budget, fits your lifestyle, and fits where you want to go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And if you have any questions, make sure to put that in the comments below. I'll be interacting with you guys. See you next time.